done. It's over. We can celebrate, you guys. Finally, after all this drama and stress, the takeover is done. And Mr. Todd Boehly has officially been appointed as the new owner to act as our successor to Roman Abramovich. In the video today, of course, I have to discuss the statements released by the board of directors as well as the first statements released by our new owner in Todd Boehly. Real talk, you guys, the excitement I'm feeling right now, I'm just feeling bare goofy, to be honest. Like, what's this boy doing, bro? Okay, I'm not going to be doing that type of shit, but the future right now is so bright. It is so exciting. It's such a great time to be a fan. And today officially is the day that we enter a completely brand new era at this football club. So I hope you guys, of course you're going to enjoy today's video. I'm not going to waste my time even asking that. But make sure you smash that like button if you're happy that Todd Boehly is our new owner. So without wasting any more time, so we start with things, and we start by dissecting the statement released by the board of directors at Chelsea Football Club. I thought it was very detailed. They broke down all the steps and stages of all the difficulties that they had to face, of course, to get this takeover finally completed. As you guys can see, I'm going to focus on the key parts from the statement, but I suggest you dissect it and read it for yourselves. I'll attach a link in the description below. But of course, we start with things, you guys, and essentially, they spoke about some of the difficulties of maneuvering between, the sanctions imposed on the club, which happened on the 10th of March. Of course, they continue to support the men's, women's, and academy teams. However, they discussed the fact that normally with takeovers like this is a long process. They completed everything in a handful of months, when typically this can take up to 9 months due to the complexities in which you have to arrange, organize, secure the finances and everything. So, it's only fair that massive credit goes out to everyone involved in getting this takeover completed, because I can imagine guys and girls are doing countless sleepless nights to get this over the line. So massive credit goes to them, because we had a deadline for this month. So if we didn't get that completed, you guys, let's not even think about what could have happened. But of course, going through this, you guys, one of the things that really just stood out to me the most was this statement here on the structure of sanction. Now, essentially, in choosing the right stewards for the club through this transaction, we agreed with the new owners that their group would make certain binding financial commitments, including investments in the academy and women's team, the redevelopment of Stamford Bridge, and the Chelsea Foundation. We also agreed several further conditions to ensure the new owners continue to provide equity funding for future capital and operating expenditures, and that the club will not be laden with inappropriate financial indebtedness. So of course, massive credit goes to Roman Abramovich for, making things as difficult as possible to just literally wean out all the pretenders and all the bad faith actors and people with terrible business models, just literally hoping to take advantage and make money off our club. Roman was not here for nearly 20 years to watch his baby just burn up in dust for no reason. So, he really stuck it on these guys. And I think ideally, due to this long process, we were left with the best possible option to take over from him and continue the work and foundations set by Roman Abramovich. And, we can only just be eternally grateful, because I just think you look at other clubs sometimes and, as fans, we can take it for granted. But it really says a lot about, everything about his character. And I just have to continue to keep saying, I just feel like an even dumber idiot now for that stupid tweet I released a few months back, bro. But let's move on to better things. And let's move on to another aspect spoken about in the statement, and that is why Todd Boehly was chosen as the preferred bidder. As it says here, the group led by Todd Boehly and Clearlake Capital rose above the other groups, and above in the previous paragraph it says that there were 12 credible bids made, and of course, there were 3 out of 4 left in the final rounds. But essentially they went through due to the strength of the partnership between the group's component parts, which includes Mark Walter, co-founder and CEO of Guggenheim Capital, Mr. Weiss, and other people involved as part of this consortium party as well. As I kept stressing, everyone brings an individual aspect that can make this group just perform on a crazy level. They all have an expertise that they are bringing and combining together. And I think that is definitely what we need now to potentially even go to the next level. A unified type of vision at the club, supported by people doing their parts, of course, to help achieve the final goal. So, honestly, it just feels kind of surreal. And it's just like, I've just been in such a gassed excited mood today. It doesn't make any sense. But, let's move on now to hear some of the statements and words by our new owner in Todd Boehly. As it says here, consortium led by Todd Boehly and Clearlake Capital completes acquisition of Chelsea Football Club. New joint control owners are committed to growth and building on the tradition of unparalleled football excellence. One of the things that really stood out to me here, of course, from Mr. Boehly, we are honoured to become the new custodians of Chelsea Football Club. We are all in 100% every minute of every match. Our vision as owners is clear. We want to make the fans proud. Along with our commitment to developing the youth squad and acquiring the best talent, our plan of action is to invest in the club for the long term and build on Chelsea's remarkable history of success. I personally want to thank ministers and officials in the British government and the Premier League for all their work in making this happen. I mean, this is just short, concise, the point, and just gives us, me personally too, a lot of hope for, what can be brought now with this new era of our football club. It only makes common sense, you guys, that the academy, not only can it supplement players in the squads, not only can it produce players of the quality to represent the first team, but on top, it's also a moneymaker that makes us millions and millions and millions. And with this project 2030, and I think I might have to do a video in the future surrounding this, you guys, with the club's plans for this decade for the academy, I think this is the perfect owner now to help maybe accelerate things, really support that vision even more. Of course, with Mr. Boehly, if we have to spend that money, we'll spend it, but we're not going to spend that frivolously. We're going to spend it on the right targets and the right options whilst developing the entire infrastructure of the club, because by doing that, by having all these units combined together to form this symbiotic relationship, that's how you make the overall club brand stronger and better. And it goes back to maybe previous reports suggesting that, Mr. Boehly even felt like there's so much untapped potential here, especially in terms of marketing, that we're not even doing bits like we should be doing in the States and of course in Asia as well too. When you see a club like us on the rise with, investment, ambition, state-of-the-art infrastructure as well too, on top of incredible players with young potential and one of the best managers in the world too, finally, out of all the Chelsea managers, he could be the first one in 20 years that will be given the time to really assert his vision even more and embed himself in this club in the long term. And I just think Tuchel, we'd be absolutely nowhere without him. And for me, the reason why I just love him the most is that he's made us able to challenge the big teams. His tactics, his systems, his works, this is what he brings to us. And we wouldn't have won a Champions League or got to this many finals without him. I think now if we can get the ability to have a squad now in his image, similar to Pep and similar to Jurgen as well too, I think we'll see even more things, even more special things as well. And to have an owner that fully supports the manager, buys in the vision and understands the football smarts behind why Tuchel does things, I think it's going to improve everything overall. And if Tuchel doesn't have to worry about any small pressures, we can't forget when he first signed for us. This guy signed on a short-term deal. He wasn't given a 3-year deal straight away. It just feels good now that finally we can see a manager that can benefit from being afforded patience and time to build in the long term. It's nice that we don't have any unrealistic expectations for next season. Of course, we're going to challenge as best we can. Of course, priority is securing CL. But the difficulties of this takeover, the fact that clubs for months and months have already been starting their business already and been in much further states compared to us, where, the future had been a bit undecided at times too. It makes even more sense now that a new owner understands this process and gives the manager that patience, time and trust to do what he has to do. So honestly, you guys, I'm going to continue on a bit more before wrapping things up. And I think tomorrow I'm going to be releasing few things that I think Mr. Boehly has to pay attention to and focus on to become an incredible owner. We have a few more words from other members involved in the takeover, in Behdad Eghbali and of course Jose E. Feliciano. Apologies for butchering that name, you guys. But anyway, Clearlake co-founders and managing partners said, "We are excited to commit the resources to continue Chelsea's leading role in English and global football and as an engine for football talent development." I like that they are really focusing and prioritizing on the excellency that our academy keeps producing, because it's very rare to have this abundance of talent. I saw one tweet earlier today where a guy was kind of cynically saying, "Oh, I'm sure lots of these guys just want to see a full youth team lineup." And I saw that lineup and I was just thinking, bro, like, you're forgetting that already at such a young age. Look at the level these men are playing at. And don't forget the fact that they have all the tools in their locker to achieve their potential and keep things going. I'd imagine, especially investors seeing this amount of consistent quality that's, supplementing other teams in top divisions. We're seeing what Tomori did with AC Milan, being their best defender. Tammy Abraham being Roma's best striker as well too. Guy, Gallagher, others around the country. It just makes us even more investable, knowing that you can make a ton of money, supplement the team, and honestly, I can just keep going on and going on and going on, but I just love that they fully understand the importance behind that. But anyway, continue on. We also want to thank the authorities for their work out the processes. Yeah, nice one, UK government, of course. As pioneers in sports and media investing, we are thrilled to partner with Todd and the rest of the consortium, meaningfully grow the club as a global platform, etc, 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 etc. So honestly, you guys, this is it. It's over. Of course, massive respects go to Mr. Roman Abramovich. We'll never ever forget that without him, we aren't here. Without him, I think I'd still be making Chelsea videos regardless, you guys. I've been a fan for a very, very long time. But of course, with Roman here as well, it has made everything pop a lot more because of all the titles and trophies and successes that his leadership has brought to our club. But now we focus on the future, we prepare for it. I feel like this is a brand new era at this football club. Things will be completely different and won't be the same. And honestly, guys, I'm fully ready. So on that note, I'm in EFC. This is Blue Lions TV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. Cool.